Uh-oh!
With the streets be waiting on. With the streets be waiting on.
Uh-oh! Hell, man. History in the making. Kaboom!
Legendary.
What's poppin', my brother?
Jim, what's up, man?
I was looking at you. I was looking at you from the pool. I think I could see. I think I could see my building from your fucking pool.
We ain't too far, Jim. You know you run Miami. You know what I'm saying? This is the first time the people seen this, Jim. You heard?
This is big for the people. This is
Big
big.
for
It's
the
big
city.
for us. Without the people, this
Big
is
for
big
the
for
city.
us. You
Big
dig?
for us.
Without the city, this is big for us.
That's what I'm saying, my nigga. For real, man. Appreciate you doing this. This is Volume 1, Cocaine City Live.
Nah,
You
I
know what I'm saying?
appreciate you
Shout out to
having me,
everybody
man.
tuned in. I was just talking to Crack. Crack couldn't believe it. I'm like, Crack, tune in. You know, he always been the one to always, you know what I'm saying? Make sure everything stay on the peaceful side.
Shouts to Crack, man. I fuck with Joey Crack real tough, man.
Shout to Crack,
Word,
shout to
man.
Flex, shout to everybody that always try to make this shit happen, man, you know?
Yeah.
And it's
Shouts
like,
to everybody. But you
yeah,
know,
man.
like it said, man, can't nobody move nobody, man, except for us, man. This wasn't their situation, it was ours. You know what I mean? The same thing
Exactly.
I told all the same guys that try to figure it out for us, man. This is a situation that me and him got to come to grips with, and when the time comes, that's when the time comes,
Exactly.
and
And there
now's
ain't
the
no
time.
perfect time. And there ain't no perfect time.
Word
What
up.
you doing for quarantine, man? What you doing?
Smoking. I built the studio in my crib, put a bar in there, movie screen. I just try to do as much as I can so I can be comfortable while niggas on lockdown.
Hell
What
yeah,
you been
man.
doing?
Shit, man. Same shit, man. Working on this music, you know what I'm saying? And trying to, you know, I finally got a chance to sit back and see where my money going. You know, we'll be on the move and shit be all over the place. When you sit back, you start, you know what I'm saying? So I got a chance to sit back, spend time
I
with
ain't
the
gonna
family.
lie. Shit, maybe like 2 years now. I kind of just took control of all my finances and shit like that. You know, it's always good to have a business manager. It's always good to have an accountant. But like you saying, we never see the money. We never see the
Exactly.
numbers. It just be, yo,
Exactly.
pay for this. Yo, get that. Yo, cop this. Yo, pay for this.
Man.
And the shit start tearing me up. Then I start be like, what? What you mean? And you don't
Exactly.
know. You know what I mean? So I just took control of the finances so I could know how I'm moving, what I'm spending. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Exactly. I ain't gonna lie, you know this is Cocaine City. And you know this is as raw as it get, Jim. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, we gonna start from the beginning, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm glad we had this situation right here where it's like, we able to give advice to the kids and to whoever coming up when it comes to the whole beefing thing and when it comes to all that. Cause when we was beefing, it was more contact. It was like we was same city. You know what I'm saying? You was bound to run into somebody. It wasn't just music how it is now. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying? It's not just
the gram wasn't popping like that
nah.
when we was going at it. It was
Nah.
more or
It
less
was
full
active in
contact
real life.
sport. When we see each other, we see each other and shit like that.
Exactly. It was
Nowadays it's much different. People got the gram. They get on the gram, tell you all type of disrespectful shit, knowing that they really not like that in real life. Knowing that if they was
exactly.
5 foot within in my direction, that they probably wouldn't even make it out that situation if they were to fix their lips to even remotely say some stupid shit like that. So people
One
gotta
million
watch the
percent.
gram and play it for what it is. A lot of chumps get tough talking on this gram and shit like that. You know what I mean? So you know,
One
I take
million
it with a grain
percent.
of salt. It ain't nothing. But if I do run into you, then we gonna talk about the comments you made. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying, my nigga. And I remember, I'm gonna talk about an incident when Fat Joe first brought me out. That's one episode of how close we be when we was going at it.
Yeah,
I
man. You
remember
know,
Fat Joe was like, I'm gonna bring you out, French. I'm like, come on. And I'm performing, all I see is some ice come down here from the balcony, right? And I look up and I'm like, damn, that's how close niggas be in the city. And now we can laugh about it. you know what I'm saying, and talk about it and reminisce and all that,
Yeah,
you know, whack shit that we was
it's
going through just to get to this point.
I know,
Then,
I know for me, it's like, you know, when you go through certain situations, when you come up from
yeah,
the era that we come up from and shit like that, you know, anybody and everybody can get it, especially if they close to the situation that maybe you
exactly.
feel like they disrespected you and shit like that.
That's what I'm saying.
But
Yeah,
as time goes on and shit like that, it gives you enough time to reflect and think about what's really important. So
exactly.
I'm not in the street. I haven't been in the street in 20 years and shit like that. I had to change my mindset, and the people that I do have problems with are the people I have problems with. Like
Mm-hmm.
people that stand
Problems ain't never
beside them,
gonna
is people
stop.
that stand next to them. It's like, you know, I got I hold hell of a grudges and shit like that. So it took
Mm-hmm.
me a lot of thinking. It took me a lot of sitting down with myself about a lot of situations, not even only our situation. Like,
Exactly.
you know, I'm a high strung person, like and emotional and aggressive and shit like that. So I really had to sit back and look at all the variables in my life and shit like that, all the things I've been through, all the people that have been rooting for me, all the times that I fucked some shit up for myself, where I could have been, or some say where I should have been. No, it's just a lot to it. So to sit here with you on this FaceTime right now it shows me a lot of growth from me getting a
Hell
chance to
yeah.
sit back and really dig deep and know what I'm doing and you know what I mean?
Exactly. Yo, and let me tell you something, Jim. You know, I respect how you moved back then. You know what I'm saying? Even though we had a conversation, I respect how you moved. You was the first one to show me that I needed to move right with a nigga with a grip, right? Because we had about 40 niggas, right? This back in the days. This some funny shit. There's about 40 of us. And I remember we just saw each other. You had one nigga with you. Man, all of us look stupid. You know what I'm saying? And we can laugh about that. And that was a learning thing for me. Like, damn, all I need is one nigga. And all 40 of us look this stupid. You know what I'm saying? I
You
love
know,
that.
what I
That was a
learned.
lesson for me.
No, I appreciate that because the lesson I learned was, I think hearing what's who was talking. They was telling me about defenses and shit like that. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know this is just a bit extreme, but they was telling me at the time that I should take 30% of my income and put it on defense.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't understand what they meant until I started getting into a few situations that the homies that I had around me wasn't exactly prepared for. You know what
Uh-huh.
I mean? You go to other towns, these people got the drop on you, and I've been in situations where only God was with me to make it out of. So them situations, and along with them good words of one of my friends and shit like that, I took heed. Like, you know, I go to war with the best of them and shit like that. But the object is to make sure you get home safely. You
Exactly.
got to have people that's going to protect you like they will protect yourself around you, and know how to move
Exactly.
accordingly. So it was a
Exactly.
couple phases of defense. Like, the homies, I love them to death. But the homies, when we in the party, they partying with me. And yeah, they gonna react
Exactly.
and do whatever we need to do. But it's a big
Exactly.
distraction going on when we all getting lit. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
That's why you gotta pay for that front line of people that don't give a fuck about partying and just watching for the ops and watching for anything that goes on. I mean, like you said,
Exactly.
when we was moving, it was full contact. And then it wasn't even about the rappers. It was about the stick up kids. It was about the
Mm-hmm.
niggas in the streets that wanted to see if we was really about that. Like, that's the thing. I've been to plenty of towns where niggas start trouble with us and we bear down and do whatever we need to do. And they was more happy that they did get their ass kicked by us so they could go back home and say, yeah, them niggas really about that. That shit that they rapping, they really about that. And I never understood that, but you gotta be prepared for that shit.
Exactly. Shout out to my nigga Drake on the check-in.
Shout out to
Say,
Slow.
yeah, shout out to
Drake,
Slow
what's
for
up,
making
nigga?
it happen. Slow, what's up, big? I see
Chubbs
Fat
Jew,
Joe on
what's
the
up,
check-in.
Chubbs? Hey, yo, Drake, you know what? I want to come to. I'm not allowed in Canada. If you could get me to Canada, I'll come to your basketball court with Cam and scrape all you niggas up. For real. Matter of fact, I bring a Dipset 5, me and Cam included, and disrespect y'all. We'll take the championship back from Toronto and bring it back to Harlem. And, and,
Nah,
and
they be practicing, Jim. I ain't gonna lie, Chubb, and
I
Champagne Poppy be practicing.
somebody said fix my audio. My shit is fucked up.
Yeah. Fix your audio. I can hear you good.
I don't know how. Should I press out and
Try
put it back
lower it
in?
over there.
Try lowering your volume.
What you say?
Try lower your volume.
Okay. Yo.
Champagne Poppy say he got you. Capo say less.
I say no more.
Oh,
We're going
down.
Is that better?
Yeah. I mean, I can hear you.
Ask the people.
Earpods.
Yeah, Capo. So that was an
no
experience
earpods.
that I learned. You know what I'm saying? Because I remember it was 40 of us. It was like, yo, Capo right there was like, all right, we was already down in the city. Capo was Dolo. I ain't gonna lie. One nigga backed all of us down. Then you did the L007. You know what I'm saying? Went back in the studio, kept on recording while all of us looking like, damn, we gotta start moving like that. And that was an experience from an OG to me. It doesn't matter how you move, you know what I'm saying? As long as you on that defense and you moving right. So that was an experience.
Hey, yo, bro, you know what? That whole night was crazy, bro. And when the boys pulled up, I could say this now. I'm happy. I'm happy the boys pulled up. Because once again, it would have been another lesson. You're always too worried about me and not worried about what was coming.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And
but
God
that's how
bless
we
us both.
And that's how we was.
Both.
And that's how close we was in the city when our shit was going. Now we can laugh about it, you know what I'm saying, and show the people that whatever they doing now is all Instagram. Our shit was really for real. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not proud of it either. You dig? Like, there's a lot of things that I'm not proud of. I don't regret anything, but there's a lot of things I can say that I'm not proud of and shit like that.
You grow.
You know, just the way we move as rappers and being extra ignorant, trying to be the baddest and the toughest nigga around and shit like that. You know what I mean? And at this point, like, you know, years back, somebody told me, boy, you didn't put so much work in, you could go to sleep. You ain't got to worry about nothing else. Stop. You're going to X yourself out.
How many years you been in the game now, Jim?
Me and Cam got signed in 1997. Cam been living with me since 1994. So we've been trying to, 1995. Cam been living with me since 1995. So
25.
1995. So from 95, Mace got his deal at the end of 95 and 96. Then Mace took Cam to get his deal. So we've been trying to do it since 95. We had a deal in 97. So it's like going on 23 years with a deal, 25 years of just thugging. You know,
I heard something. I want to ask you if it's real. And it's about that time. Was it true that Biggie was supposed to sign Cam? Biggie Smalls was the first one supposed to sign Cameron?
That's how he got his deal. Biggie did sign Cam. So Biggie, Cam went to Biggie house one day in Glen Point. If anybody know what Glen Point is, they know that was the big boy shit back in the day in Jersey. He ended up rapping for Biggie. I remember he came back home to the projects like, yo, man, I just rap for Big, bro. We gonna get a deal. He said he gonna sign me. Big said he was gonna sign him. Not too long after that, Big ended up getting killed. God bless the dead. God bless Big. This when Cam owned the liquor store, so we be up at the liquor store working. They called us like, yo, they doing the We Love Big Papa video with the locks in the middle of Harlem. So we closed the liquor store, went down to the middle of Harlem, and we walking towards the video, and I see and I see Buck. I didn't know who Buck was at the time, but I knew who was from reading all the Source magazines, and I knew that was Big Part, and I knew they just did the deal. And I'm like, yo, Cam, that's And I'm like, yo, Cam, that's right there. If Big said he gonna sign you, then he would have told
That's a crazy story.
I'm just saying that. So we go up to him. I'm like, yo, no disrespect. Before Big died, he said he gonna sign Cam. He said, you right. Big did talk about Cam. Duke, y'all come to the office on Monday. And Cam got signed the very next Monday.
Lil C's on here said that's facts.
That's a fact. Shouts to Little C's.
Nah.
Shouts to my man Gutter. Me and Gutter been through a lot of real shit too, just like me and you been through shit like that. Me and Gutter been beefing and fighting and really going hands on. We done shot fair ones, fisticuffs, knives.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Bro.
This should show growth for a lot of niggas in New York and for us too. You know what I'm saying?
You know, Gutter, like the same way you say that one day I caught you out of pocket. Gutter caught me out of pocket in front of Speed one day, bro. I never forget it, bro. We in front of Speed. It's like me and 5 of the homies, 6 of the homies. We in front of Speed. You know, Speed was popping. I don't know if you ever really got to go to Speed. Speed used to be crazy. So then I just start seeing a few Crips pull up. So, you know, at that time, it's like, and I start seeing a lot of Crips pull up. And I start seeing too many Crips pull up. And we was way out of pocket.
Oh,
And they
damn.
start, I just hear boom, bam, boom, bam, bam. I said, oh, no. We got to bust a move, boy. You heard? We got to bust a move, bro. Shit, man. I had the word, man. Shouts to Gutter, man. Me and Gutter done fought in Hawaii. We done fought in Harlem. We done fought somewhere else. We done had, I'm talking about me and him together, like with our hands and shit like that, or whatever was next to us. Like,
nah, that's what's up,
like,
man. See, a
you
lot
know
of
what I
people
mean?
don't know that, man. Like niggas want to hear them stories, man. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, man, it's a lot, and it was part of the game back then and shit like that. This everywhere we went, it's numerous amounts of stories of different shit, getting into different things and shit like that. You know what I mean? But I can't
Hell yeah.
say this, man. I appreciate being on this call with you, man. It's been a long time coming.
Hell
I can
yeah, my
remember
nigga.
you from a young nigga in Harlem. So a young nigga just trying to get in the game. I can remember you trying to sneak inside of MTV Awards, and me and Jewels was in the Phantom. I don't know if you remember that
Yeah,
day.
yeah, yeah,
And
yeah, yeah. I remember
you
that.
threw your middle finger up at me. I said I should get out right now and whip your fucking ass, you little dumb nigga. You was by yourself. I remember that shit. Me and Jewels was in the Phantom and shit like that. They had mad niggas behind us, and I left it alone. Jewels like, man, leave that shit alone. Why you keep bothering that nigga, man? I was like, all right, Jewels, man.
I remember that shit like yesterday. I saw you had L's with you. You had security and the other nigga. I was like, and you held the security back. He was like, nah, we're going to dip. I'm like, nigga, ain't going to do nothing right here in front of this MTV shit. It was too many police. I was like, all right.
Jewels was like, man, just stop, man. I'm like,
How's my
yeah,
nigga Jewels, though, man? People want to know how's Jewels. How's my nigga, man?
Jewel's doing good, man. Hopefully he'll be home. I believe they put in the motion for the whole COVID-19 at whatever the legal motion they need to do for them to come home early if it's within his range. He's supposed to be home later this year anyway, so it's looking real good, man. Shouts to Jewels, man. Shouts to Cam. Shouts to Freaky Zeke. Shouts to the whole Dipset.
Where's Hell Rel?
I couldn't tell you, man. I ain't seen Hell Rel in a minute. Shouts to Hell Rel, man.
Yeah,
Shouts
shout
to
to
J.L.
everybody on
Ryder. Shouts to
Dipset,
40
man.
Cal. You know what I mean? Shouts to all the whole
You know, this is our
Dipset, man.
first time doing this, right? So it's like,
you know what I want to say? You know what I want to say?
Uh-huh.
And I want to know if you feel this.
Uh-huh.
It's two people that's sitting up and watching down, smiling at us right now.
Chinks and Stack Bundle.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Wow, that's real.
Hell yeah.
Bro, I remember
my
when
nigga
Chinks
Chinks.
was in jail and Stacks was on the road on the tour with me, and he would call Stacks' phone. He like, G's, I got it, G's, we gonna blow, G's, when we come home, Capo on his shit, Capo on his shit. Yo, it just was crazy like that. And when he came home, I spoke to Chinks when he came home at first and shit like that. You know, I remember the whole story and shit like that. He came to the studio and shit like that, and I don't know if we saw eye to eye at that time and shit like that. And then he started doing business with you and shit like that. And I never forget, I don't know if you ever told you this. We was in the BET building on 54th Street.
Oh, Chinks?
Yeah.
Nah, he didn't tell me that.
Y'all was in there, and they was trying to keep me from going to the floor. Boy, why he end up in the elevator with me and six of some demons, bro?
Damn, he didn't even tell me that. Rest in peace, my man.
Bro. He said Stack's name, bro. And when he said Stack's name, I couldn't even.
Yeah.
You dig? It was like, it just like, yo, bro. You know what I mean? I knew how much Stax really loved that nigga. That was damn it. That was Stack's best friend, bro. Like,
yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
It was definitely, that was like brothers. He had it tatted all over him. Like, that was big.
God bless they both their souls, man. You know,
they took a part of me, and I know you felt the same way when Stax passed away, man. Like,
bro,
they got a special energy, bro. Like when they're around.
I don't even like to talk. I don't talk in interviews about Stax. I don't like when people ask me questions about Stax. that's how personal it is to me, because I knew
Likewise.
how much he meant and what the agenda we had and shit like that, and what he was trying to do for himself and for the people around him and shit like that. Like Stacks was a special dude, special talent. So was Chinks. As I seen Chinks starting getting busy, I was like, that's that shit Stacks was telling me about. He like, nah, G, this nigga different, G. He got some shit, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
And I just started to see it unfold. I started seeing y'all niggas getting busy. I'm like hating a little bit, but you dig? I danced to it in my house, never in the street. You
Now,
don't see
one
me in
thing
the
about
club.
him though, he was never the type of nigga to say something negative, like, cause me, you know, I never even Flex to tell you, even I know Fat Joe is on here, he'll tell you, like when the name come up, I don't even approach it in a negative way, like, you know what I'm saying, like whatever happened when it's like this, but whenever it's off, I don't never say like jump in this situation, like when Flex bring your name up, I don't even say nothing, but that's how Chinks was. And I'm sure that's how Stacks was. It's like, if it ain't there, don't even talk about it. You know what I'm saying? That's why I love his energy. You know what I'm saying? And Stack was like, when he said that, I know he really meant that. Not to really get out of a situation. Like, he really meant that. He know how much you meant to you know what I'm saying? To the homie.
Yo, you know you've been outside for a long time, since a young nigga. You're a little bit younger than me and shit like that. I used to see you on the east side also and shit like that. Like your face been poking.
Yeah.
You
And
did
this our
like
first time really doing this, though. We doing this straight for the people. Shout out to Trav.
Trav,
You know what I'm
what's
saying? We
up?
doing this straight for the
MBD,
people.
what's up? Queens, what's up? Harlem, what's up? All my niggas in Harlem, what's up? How y'all feeling? Shout out me, all the homies, what's up? East side, holla at me. I talk back. You already know. Ray Moolah, what's up? But nah, this is dope, man. Like you know, it's been a long time coming. I'm glad that we got to have these conversations. I'm glad that the few calls that we did able to make before we got on this live was
Exactly. No,
very
definitely,
positive
man.
and shit
But,
like
you know,
that.
I'm a fan, too.
Wish I could tell you some real shit, but it wouldn't be the right time and shit like that. But I do
Yeah.
love them to death. Shouts to all the homies that's locked up, Harv, Road Murder. Shout out to Shotty. Shouts to everybody, man, that got caught up in that situation, man.
I mean, you
It
know,
hurt
this
my
is
heart.
Cocaine City Live. If you want to talk about anything, you free to
No,
talk.
we're not even gonna get into that. I just want to shout the homies out. You know, I love them to death
Yeah,
and shit
yeah.
like that. You know, this is different type of individuals. They ain't into anything else but standing up tall like men. You heard? You ain't hear nothing else
Exactly.
but everybody taking their time and going to sleep and shit like that.
I love that.
I know what type of individuals these are. You know what I mean? I love them to death. You
I
heard?
love that about them, bro.
Word. Most of them was on the road with me. Free Gato too, 100%, man. Like free all the real rights and free all my loved ones, man. I got a lot of niggas locked up like yourself and shit like that, that, you know, I hold dear to my heart. You
Shout
know
out to
what I mean?
Mano. Mano,
Shout out
what
to
up?
Mano. So like I was saying, man, I know there's a lot of people that, not even just a lot of people around the country that have been moving with me, as you got people that have been moving with you. So I know
Of
that
course.
it's a good feeling for them to see us on this live right now, to know that
Hell yeah.
tension, it's no more tension and shit like that. Niggas ain't
Man,
gotta be
God
like,
is
you know what I
good.
mean? Like, it's
God is good.
different. I
God is
remember
great. Definitely for Chinks.
It was.
Definitely.
I remember we was in Puff House with two of your niggas, me and Trav, one day. It's just a lot. It's just a lot. We sitting right across the table from them and shit like that. And you know how bad Trav is and shit like that.
Yeah.
You
Shout out to
dig?
Trav.
And Puff,
Shout out to
Puff,
Smack.
Puff, like, bro, you know you in my house, right? I said, yeah, man. Damn, man. The fuck,
See?
man.
Yo, Slow, what up? Slow just got in here.
Word up, man. Shout out to Slow, man. You know,
Yeah.
it is a
Nah,
lot, man.
Puff always. Puff every time. He be like, yo, you know, Jim gonna be there. I'll be like, all right. You know what I'm saying? Puff
Puff is
always.
ill. Puffy, like, I don't care about none of that shit you're going through, bro.
Yeah.
Having a party at my house.
He
Y'all want to stay on separate sides of the house. Y'all do that, but
always saw the big picture though.
he always be like, "That's my little brother. Like you, my little brother. Y'all
yeah,
figure that shit out when y'all figure that shit out. But if I'm inviting you to somewhere, man, you need to come and shit like that, because you know I'm not on no shit like that. Like, shouts to
exactly.
Puff, man. Shouts to Big Bro, man. He
Exactly.
really always he did it right, man. In that situation, man, he just like he does do it in a lot of situations, man. You know what I mean?
Nah, he
Like,
always saw the big picture between us, man. And he always used to tell me, he was like, yo, one day y'all niggas gonna make up and I'm gonna be laughing. So shout out
nah,
to Puff.
man. But you know what I got to tell you though. Aside from everything else, you know, I'm a fan of the game, and you know, you got to study what you're a part of and shit like that. The way you came about and how you hustle, finesse, got lucky, must have prayed a lot, but The way you did it,
Definitely
the way
did
you
it.
did it was ill. Like, and I
Thank you, bro.
respect it because you did it like New York niggas do. You heard, like,
Thank you, my
we know
nigga.
how to hustle. We know how to get in where we fit in. And I just want to tip my hat to you and shit like that because you
Now,
definitely did good,
I
man.
mean, likewise, I was gonna ask you that too. Like, was rapping for you always the goal? You know what I'm saying? Because back in the days, it's like, you know, out of nowhere, you just crept on them niggas, and it's like the way you did it, it was just like swaggy. You wasn't like you was like 1 foot in, 1 foot out, and out of nowhere, just smack niggas in the face with the hits, bang bang. You know what I'm saying? And people ain't really see that at first. You was kind of freestyle one day you'll fall back. You was always like the spine behind the movement, if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean,
So
my position in the beginning was to make sure that Cam was put on a pedestal. He was an ace in the hole, and make sure that he was never touching. Nobody could fuck with him, bothered, or hair on his head
that
could get moved and shit like that. And whatever
that
he needed done, I'm gonna make sure I do that. I make sure I did it. I just wanted to make sure, by all means, he felt like a star whenever he moved
that
around, even if I was the only one that could do that for him until
exactly.
we started to acquire success and put all the major people around us and shit like that. And at that time, when we started picking the people to come around us, I already knew what needed to be happening because I was the person that did everything for Cam. So
Mm-hmm.
it kind of moved like that and shit like that. And I started to learn the game, and you know, I'm a little bit smart in a dumb way, so I understood a lot what was going on and shit like that.
I know exactly what you mean when you say that. You can't catch a smart nigga if you a smart nigga too. You feel me?
Yeah, yeah, you know
So
what I mean. So it just and I just moved accordingly, but I always watched Cam and Mace getting so much money. Like niggas was going to shows, these niggas getting 30, 40,000. These niggas, like I was eating too, but I wasn't getting that bag they was getting. So to pipe my bag up, I started doing everything else also, like video directing, consulting, everything I could do to make a check, engineering all Cam
yeah,
sessions and shit like
you was
that.
A
Like I
and
was,
R at one point. You had
yeah,
the A&R shit popping.
every everything I
Yeah,
could do. But when I had the A&R, I was already rapping. But in the
a lot
beginning,
of
I
bags
started,
make a big bag. You heard?
huh?
A lot of bags make a big bag.
That's why, nigga. Back then, engineering, I was getting like $9,000-$10,000 a week engineering
Yeah,
for Cam. Then I would direct all the videos. We was getting video budgets of 200,000-300,000.
I remember that
Cam like busting me down
when y'all did
and
that shit on top of the building.
bunch of shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah. I remember that.
the video. Sometimes I make $40,000-$50,000 off of directing a
Yeah, I
Cam
meant to
video and
ask
shit
you
like.
that. What happened with Mace? I always wanted to see you work with him. Like how did that shit went? You know, I'm a fan first.
Mace
So
was always different, even when we was younger. But I can't tell you this, and not to be like, not to say it like that. Like
mhm,
Mace was always the less fortunate when we was coming up in
mhm.
high school, per se. You know, we was took the chance of hustling, doing what we need to do, make sure we had new sneakers and all that. Mace didn't have that per se. Like, but everybody always chipped in and helped Mace out and shit like that.
Yeah.
Like when they came to live with me and shit like that, I would always help Mace out. And even his manager, Kuda Love, I was paying their rent and phone bills and shit like that when they first started getting on and shit like that. But you know, Mace
See,
was
a
just
lot of
different,
people
man.
don't
So
know that.
when he got a chance, to get on and get the money, you know what happened. You know what I mean? Like he went berserk. It's like this. Like he remind me of the nigga in school that was always a punk, and then he ended up turning a cop, and then he pull you over,
That story,
and you
right?
was the nigga that was bullying him.
I know
And
exactly what you mean.
oh man, he gonna do you dirty on that
Hmm.
pullover. So
He
it was
he was
kind of that
always waiting for
syndrome we
that
had,
chance. He was
huh?
always waiting for that chance to get his 2 feet in. Then as soon as
Yeah,
he did
you
that,
know. But the
he
only
spun the
thing that
block.
I didn't respect is that Cam loved Mace to death. Like
Hmm.
he loved Mace to death. I'm talking about in the beginning when we was doing the crew tape. Even before that, they knew each other so long. But I'm talking about the music and shit like that, and the love that I watched when I started getting with them. You know what I mean? And seeing
Hmm.
how Cam always stuck up for him, how he fought for him. If Mace was in any type of trouble, he was going. Like Cam just had a lot of love for him, and just to see the way that Mace used to handle Cam when he started getting some money didn't never made me feel
Mace was
good.
signed first, right?
Yeah, Mace got signed to Puffy first. So he was just doing niggas the way he wanted to do niggas. But what I respected about Cam was Cam kept me with him no matter what went on. Like when Mace took him on tour, he like, I ain't going on tour if Jim can't go on tour. You know that. I mean,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like wherever it
That's
went,
love.
Cam always took me and shit like that. And that's why I always catered to Cam, because I watched all of those ill stories. I'm like, nah, if we do get a chance to do this, I'm gonna make sure Cam feel like the man that he need to be, so he can make the best music and go platinum. And going platinum was super big back in the day. That was
Exactly.
the era of
But
selling real records. And
that's how
these
Chinks
niggas,
was with me. He was making sure I was alright until I got my shit together. Then the whole plan was to double back and make sure he was good. And that's how real niggas supposed to, you know what I'm saying, behave and, you know, and put everything together. You know what I'm saying? And I always want to see that Mace and Jim Jones collab and that. So I ain't even know. Cause I was always a fan. So I'm like, I thought it was supposed to be like a Harlem
Mace
World.
showed me how to rap though. I'm keep
That's
it a
crazy.
buck. Mace taught me how to rap. Like, you know, they live with me, and I always had dope ideas. Sit down a lot of times with help Cam some time with some rhymes and shit like that. Back in the day, having a lot of rhymes was
That's crazy.
powerful. If you had to go, like I remember Big Pun made me rap. I remember a bunch of niggas made me rap, because back then you had to have rhymes.
Shot
There
the
was always
Pun.
a cipher. If it was rappers around, like you see how we probably go to a party or go to a concert, it'd be you, Migos, motherfucking Lil Wayne.
Yeah.
But back then, if that was it, everybody would have had to stop what they doing and spit 16. No lie. No matter who the
Yeah.
artist was. If it was the biggest rapper, he had to have 16 to spit.
That's
You know
what
what
New
I mean?
York was about back in the days. Nigga step
Yeah,
outside, nigga battle any given moment. That shit was happening
100%.
on every corner.
Mason Turney sat down and showed me the trick to how the compounds and how to rap and shit, like at least how the Harlem niggas rap, or at least how he
Yeah,
and Cam was rapping and shit like that,
exactly.
and show me
I
how to
remember
do it.
Pun.
Huh?
Pun used to come by, and he used to have this Benz. I don't know if you remember. Shot the crack. He used to have his own love seat. Remember the love seat he used to have in that Benz?
Bro, I always tell people about that. He used to come pick me up at my house and go and take me to the Wedge with him. But he had a
That's
real love seat from Bob's Furniture in there, like a real love seat, like nigga, like he took like yo, and it'd be Tony Sunshine, and it'd be one
and
front
shot the
captain
movie The
seat. It'd be
Boxer.
the Bob, it'd be the love seat, it'd be Tony Sunshine with a billion Gammies on it. Like yo, bro, I used to be like, yo, these Puerto Rican niggas is running around like an army in this one van. Like yo,
Exactly.
bro.
Nah,
Yo, bro, I knew
that
it. Yo, bro,
Spanish
back then,
way. That Spanish way was
bro,
a
back then, you
vibe.
know, everybody had hammers and shit back then, but them
Yeah.
niggas punning that, like, yo, bro, I'm like, yo, what the fuck is going on? I'm never riding with you again, bro. Y'all niggas
Terrence
is crazy. You heard?
Trez.
But you gotta keep in mind too, this is in New York when niggas were still getting probation for gun charges and shit like that. They wasn't
Exactly.
really giving niggas no time if you had to pay lawyer and shit like that.
You
You know
had
what
to
I mean?
be
Like,
there. You had to be there back in the day to witness that kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to Big Pun, rest in peace, man. We
shout out
had
to
the
Big
real
Pun, rest in
legends.
peace.
We really from the mecca of this shit. You know what I'm saying? And one thing I wanted to ask you too, what was that point of your career when you felt that hate? Like when you touched that first million, or when Ballin' came out, when you really felt the hate. And I'm talking about, you know what kind of hate I'm talking about, when you're from friends to everybody become competition now, and everybody's like, you know what I'm saying? And
So you gotta figure, bro, like I felt the hate way before I became a solo artist, as Cam and Jewels were platinum artists. Out the gate, we was platinum. Remember that? Diplomats was platinum.
Hell yeah, I
You
remember
did?
that.
So before I really got on
That
my
shit was a
Jim
wave.
Jones shit, you did? Like when Cam first album, second album, like all his albums went platinum. Remember that? I was already getting hate mail from the dog. You dig? So when I first started doing Certified Gangster, the hate started really getting retarded, especially because of the gangbanging and shit. I was starting to get a lot of the hate from the West Coast in the beginning. And this is why I did my video Certified Gangsters in LA, to go out there to, at that point I was on my super blood shit. I want to know niggas, we was banging just as hard as they was banging on the
Yeah,
West
you was
Coast
going
and the
ham
East
at
Coast.
one time.
You know what I mean? So I went out there and I really got to understand the culture. And by no means was I tougher than anybody and saying I was softer than anybody, but I was in somebody else's land, and I had to learn the land when I got out there. I really had to learn the land, man. For real, shouts to Wacko, shout out to the Booyah Tribe, shouts to Posey,
Yeah, shout out to the
all
whole
Evil
West Coast.
Hottie, Shout out to all these people that really showed me the lay of the land out there and shit like that. But the hate and the success is like that whole time, everything we did was on. When I was doing Certified Gangster, Cameron was still Diplomats was just off like double platinum or some dumb
Now
shit.
I
Like,
remember because when we was beefing and you called that balling, I said, "Oh no." I said, "There's no way."
nah, the balling was just like
When you
the
called
balling was
balling,
like.
we was beefing. I said, "Forget about it. Niggas gotta chill for a second."
Nah, that baller shit was different. I was, that shit. That was a lucky strike, bro. My back was against the wall when I did
You see
balling.
how
I
you said I
remember,
caught a lot of lucky strikes? Now that was the
bro.
luckiest. I
Yo,
think,
listen to
and blessings.
the whole. I'm telling you that was the whole way that shit came about. I remember I had to turn my album in like the next day. They like we still don't got a single. They made me go do repping time with Khaled in Miami and shit like that. I ain't motherfucking really like the repping time. It was tough and shit like that. But I was like, I got something better. I had did this record with the Franchise Boys when they was doing in my white tee. Had did that
Yeah.
record to the ballin' beat. I did a record with them, but I'm like, I always loved that beat. I'm like, yo, pull that beat up, take them niggas off, and I end up doing balling that night to that shit. And lo and behold, both repping time and balling this one did crazy numbers, and the hate got for real. Like that's when my defense has always been on, but at that point, I had to move way different than I ever moved in my life. Like it was like vests, armed security, homie security, hammer on me, moving stupid. Like it just was because of the era
Mm-hmm.
we was in, because of the time and how it was moving. It wasn't no cameras in every store. Niggas ain't have no camera phones. Niggas wasn't even, remember this,
It
niggas
wasn't no
damn near wasn't even
Instagram.
texting. Niggas wasn't even texting that much that back in the day because
It wasn't no
because
Instagram.
it wasn't no texting. You hear what I'm saying? Niggas
Mm-hmm.
had the Nextel chirps. Niggas wasn't texting. Nobody was
Exactly.
texting. Nobody was taking pictures on their phone.
Hell yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Like with different type of era, a lot of things that get done was never seen. You know what I mean? And will
Hell yeah.
never be seen again and shit like that. So
I nigga Trav, like y'all brothers make me so happy. Shout out to Trav, man.
shouts to Trav.
He
That's a
was always
real
caught in the middle of that shit,
that's a
man.
real
Trav was,
one, man. Trav was
yeah.
definitely caught in the middle of that shit,
Like
man. You know what I
Trav.
mean? I apologize to any of my niggas that I had caught in the middle of it because I know there was a lot of people that was stuck in the
Yeah.
middle and had love for both sides and shit like that. You know what I mean?
Hell
But
yeah,
I
bro. Yo,
fuck with Trav.
I heard another thing too I want to ask you about. And a lot of people don't know this.
She
I heard
upstairs.
you came up with Love and Hip Hop.
Yeah.
I ain't know that. I heard that was your idea, the whole Love and Hip Hop shit, and niggas ran with your whole idea and made a whole franchise about it. You came up with the name and you came up with all that. I ain't know all that.
At that time I had so much going on. I was getting, I was just busy. When you start getting busy like that in the game, you really don't got time to sit down and analyze what might be your next biggest move and shit like that. But
Yeah.
at that point for Baby Girl, she had a chance to do a show that had fell through and shit like that. So I was like, these niggas been on my back for a couple years to actually do a reality show just because of my YouTube hits that I was getting from all the club wilding out and all that type of shit. They like, you
Yeah.
got something. So I was like, we gonna go down there, have a meeting. I went down there a few times, have a meeting. This is when I had Yandy doing management and shit like that. Lo and behold, they wanted to do it. At that time, I wasn't doing too much. Yandy went on tour with like Missy or something, and Mona stepped in for her to do the business. Anybody Mona's a smart lady. She's been doing many of the biggest and some of the greatest artists. Chris Lighty was a partner, R.P. Chris Lighty. So the lady's a smart lady. I can never hold business against her because I don't believe it was done malicious because I was just so high strung that I didn't want to move in that, of course. So when they gave me the opportunity to do it, instead of me sitting down, be like, all right, I want my ownership, I want producer, I want all that type of shit. I was more or less worried about doing it for Baby Girl and make sure that she wouldn't feel the disappointment because she was really excited about getting ready to do a show. And that's how I ended up getting into it. But Mona saw it as a real business opportunity. So after we made the name and concept and all that type of shit, Mona stepped from management and to producer, and I should have seen it from then. But at that point, it was just so much going on. Then the TV show turned into a super success. It just was a lot going on, and it got to a point where I felt that I didn't want to compromise my dignity for me or my lady, and I felt like I should just step off as opposed to holding on to something that might make me get into other shit that really
Exactly.
didn't be
Nah, just a
involved
lot
in
of
a
people
television
don't know
show.
that. A lot of people don't know that. You know what I'm saying? I kind of like give respect on respect due. So I just wanted to clarify because I heard I'm like, there's no way. You know what I'm saying? But coming from the game we come from, I know how that shit work. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of niggas slicker than the can of grease in the game, and you gotta learn from your mistakes. Sometimes you can't even let the wrong people around in the studio or in your presence or whatever it is. So, you know, sometimes it is what it is. You gotta learn from your mistakes, man. But I just want, once you let the people know who was the real deal behind that.
Yeah,
You know
that
what
was
I'm saying?
still business, man. I'm about shit. Well, I've been, people saw us on the joint this season. Business is business, man. Like I only do what makes sense in my heart. You know what I mean? I don't not make sense for nobody else, but for myself and shit like
But you
that. Just
blessed,
like,
my nigga. You in the best position of your life right now. You know what I'm saying? You 25 years in the game still like you just came out. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad me and you got together to make some motherfucking music. You know what I'm saying? That's the most important thing. We got something special coming for these niggas. You know, and I've been waiting on that day, man. And thank you to Slow and everybody that was a part of this shit.
now we got to put on for the city though. Like you dig? Like
Yeah.
we can sit there and talk about all the history and the drama and who was
Yeah.
talking to who and who called who
This is
stupid
our
and all
first
that type
time,
of
you know what I'm
shit.
saying?
But we got to put on for the city, man. I know people trying to figure out other variables. I know people want us to talk about other shit, but it's not the time to talk about that, babe. I'm trying to keep it super positive and shit like that. You know what I mean? It's a time and place for everything.
Yeah.
But what we can do is we can't put on for the city the way we should be putting on for the city. You dig? For the niggas that hustle like us, for the niggas that move like us, you dig? For the Reds, for the Blues, you dig? For the Puerto Ricans, for the Mexicans, for the niggas from Morocco, for the Dominicans, for the Muslims, for the Haitians. Nigga, you dig? We got a lot of people that put that show out for us and shit like that, man. It's time for us to show out for them. I know.
Hell yeah.
I know you. People love your music undeniably, brother. Like I'll be in the party. I can't.
Thank you, my nigga.
I gotta give it up in my own way. You dig? And that's just paying homage. Like I tell people all the time, like if I had a problem with you or anybody, I don't got a problem with the music. Like nigga, I danced to nigga so-called enemies music in a second because music is music. You can't deny it. Hit and shit like that from.
Like I told you, that was the worst time for me when we was beefing and niggas in the club like this. Balling. I'm like, oh man, nigga, what the fuck had just happened?
Nigga, when you did that shit with Rick Ross and Drake.
Shout to my nigga Drake.
I was sick, bro. The hook, everything. I was just sick. I was like, no, bro, this shit gotta stop.
Shout to my and this is a true story. Shout out to my nigga Rose. He was like, yo, this when we was beefing heavy. Rose was like, yo, Jim hit me to do a song. I'm like, do a song. Like, so it was never about that. With me, I was just caught up in some shit. And free my brother Matt.
But let me show you. So you never know who's on your side, but they do it the way they know how to do it. So I call what was Ross manager name?
Poochie.
Shout out to Poochie. I called him a few years ago when we was beefing, but I called him because I wanted him to do a feature for a record for somebody else I had and shit like that.
Yeah.
He like, yeah, whatever we did, we set the price and all that type of shit. I think it was like 30 or some shit like that. So now I'm down there and shit like that. You know, I'm always in Miami. I call him. I'm like, yo, let me know where you want me to pull up. We could get this done. He like, all right, give me a couple hours. Like, all right, bet I'm gonna go to G5 and wait there till it's time. So I'm in G5 for an hour. I spent 5 out to 30. I'm in G5 for 2 hours. I spent another 5 out to 30. I call him. He like, nah, give me another hour. I'm like, shit, my face good. Then I get some more money tomorrow, give it to him. I'm in G5 for another hour. I spent another 5. Now these niggas not picking up no more. These niggas, I damn near spent 20 in there. They never picked up, never got with me, never got back to me, never got back at me. I was like, ooh,
hell yeah.
good one. That was a good
Hell
one.
yeah.
That nigga was still in your corner and shit like that. You know what I mean?
That's
So,
what I'm saying. He had hit me.
shouts to
I'm like,
Rose,
nah, do
man.
that.
Like this year was actually the first year I got to do some music with Rose and shit like that. Like that was like bucket list shit and shit like that that I got
Nah,
done. So
shout out to my nigga Rose.
man. Word up,
He for
man.
sure hit me, and I was like, nah, you could do it. You could do, but he still didn't do it. So shout out to Rose. I love that nigga. You know what I'm saying? But I'm glad you got a chance to work, just like I'm glad me and you got to work, my nigga. Swipey, what up?
Yo, wow.
Swipey, what's up? You got some dances, nigga. We got some music about to drop.
Spinning.
Spinning.
Moving.
You already
Well,
know.
you know, I ain't too far. You ain't winning, baby.
Nah, boy, you got the right one with you. He got that underground
We're
energy,
gonna
man.
make the earth spin a little
Got
faster.
that
Nigga like a
sauce.
starburst, nigga. That should make you feel a certain way. Look,
You know you need that energy around, Jim.
nah, for sure, man. But nah,
We got a single coming out right. I mean, right after this, I'm dropping a single. You know, me and my boy Swipey, man. It's called That's a Fact, and we got
That's
Frega too.
that's
So we
dope.
moving, man. And I got my nigga Swipey with the. If you ain't spinning, you ain't winning.
I got it. You know, I ain't got no dance moves really. I ain't got no rhythm and shit. I still two-step in the club like I got the hammer on me. You heard?
You can't go wrong with that two-step. You heard?
For real, man. Drewski, what's up, man? It's Biscuits, what's up, man? But now we definitely
real.
gotta put on to the city, man. I look forward to doing a bunch of music, doing a bunch of dope shit. I mean, when we get out this quarantine, do some
Definitely.
fly ass videos, let it get drippy. You know.
Nah, appreciate this though, my nigga.
Let's
For real.
turn all the way up, man. Let's show people that like, you know.
Shout out to Uncasa on.
Shouts to Casa, man. Shouts to Casa, man. But this real grown man drip right here. Like, you dig? Like, everybody want to get litty, everybody. But sometimes you sit there and you do things like kings.
Yeah.
A person told me, and I think I told you this also. They said, the war.
True that, Jones.
The illest wars that are won when nobody dies. You heard?
Exactly.
So we both won today. You heard?
Exactly.
That's
It's 15 years. 15 years in the making, bro.
That's
For
testament. So I appreciate this. I appreciate you.
No, I appreciate you too, my
Look
nigga.
forward to hearing you. Like, I know we got. You want me? I'm gonna send you this. I don't know how to send this. I don't know how to send the record. I'm gonna tell my son come down here and bounce
Send
this
me that
record.
joint, man. That's the streets.
Bounce this record so you could play him the non-clean whatever.
Yeah, you still ain't sent it to me. I was waiting to press play.
Yeah, we get
I was waiting to press play. You know what I'm saying?
I'm
If you got it over there, you can press play from over there.
You can play it. I'm about to tell my son come bounce that shit and send it to you and shit like that.
You can press play from over there if you got
You
that
want me
speaker.
hold on. Let me see how I say it. Hold on.
Yo, Crack, yo, Fat Joe, I gotta give you
Hold on.
respect for always being the first one to try to squash this 15 years,
Bro, listen to me, bro. That shit all right, look, before I play this record, but that shit, shouts to Crack, because Crack is one of the illest niggas ever, bro. You know, and if y'all don't know
Joey
about Crack and shit like that, for the young kids that's tuned in and shit like that, Crack is really a demon that's been blessed. Like, I don't know too many people that ever played with Crack in this game or played with Crack in the street. Like, the way they move kind of ill. They move probably the best in the game from how I judge it and shit like that. And
Crack, man, 3 decades.
That night that shit happened, Crack reached out to somebody to reach out to me and summons me down to the Koch office. And you know, this is street politics, so of course I went, but I'm smart, so I bring somebody with me that me and Crack mutually know, and not from no hip hop game, just so that I make sure that it wouldn't get extra in there, because I ain't got time for a joke headache and shit like that. But
exactly.
the thing I can't tell you though, he sat me down. You know, if anybody know Crack, he always got the illest stories and shit like that.
Hell yeah.
He told me a bunch of stories.
Slow just hit me and said, y'all giving Crack my credit. Nah, Slow. You put this together, Slow.
I'm just talking about a situation between Crack and Crackman. Of course, you put it together, Slow. You sat down and orchestrated the play, man. You put us on the phone, but I'm just saying when Crack, about that night when the ice and all that shit happened, Crack sat me down in that Koch office and shit like that, and really, he like he was scolding his little brother and shit like that. You know, he made me feel like a punk in so many ways, bro. When Crack was there talking to me, man. But I respect it because he taught me a valuable lesson and shit like that, especially how to move and things and shit like that, man. But shouts to Crack, man. I just want to give him his head tap. And yo,
Yeah.
Slow, don't do that, Slow. Don't be like that, man. What you talking about, Slow?
Oh, free
Come on,
bucks
Slow.
too.
Slow, one of the flyest niggas I know too. I'll give Slow his drip props, man. He be moving and grooving, man.
Yeah, yo, Slow, you a real
Slow
one,
is
bro.
like,
Appreciate
Slow is
you.
like, I consider Slow like, you know, everybody's their own man, but just to let people put in mind, Slow is like the new wave Steve Stout out here, like the way he connect the dots, the way he get to certain people, the way he get to
Word
certain
star in the
brands,
building.
the way he carry himself, like he, you know what I mean? And that's some Haitian shit. If you don't know, you need to keep a good Haitian on your side, bro. I promise you, bro. Them niggas is ill, bro. I'm
Nah,
part
shout out to
Haitian,
Slow.
man. You heard? Like I adapt what I'm around, bro.
For
Word
real.
up, I'm honorary Haitian,
He,
man, but shouts to
he
Slow,
always
man.
been like you and Jim.
Slow,
You and
Bucks,
Jim.
Soup, Trav, everybody, the whole family, OE, free Jewels again, free
Shout out to
Jewels again,
Jewels.
free all the homies again. You
Word,
dig?
Fat Boy, I see you. Shout out to everybody tuned in, man, that been supporting. You can tell how much love we got out there, Jim. You can just look from everybody in here happy and shit. You know what I'm saying? We finally got together. You know what I'm saying? If there's anybody out there watching from the young niggas, man, learn from this. Don't waste 15 years in the game for y'all niggas to get like this when y'all could have been getting all kind of bags together.
100%.
You know
Put
what
it
I'm
in
saying?
perspective, man. I know a lot of niggas, there's a lot of foolish beefs and foolish shootings, and it's a lot going on right now with everybody cooped up in the house. You know what I mean? Like, take it
Niggas
easy a
beefing
little
on
bit, man.
quarantine.
Niggas still on quarantine, but niggas still dying while they supposed to be on quarantine. So for my high heads,
Word.
take it easy, man. Chill in the house is the time to really sit back and be with the family, because when it's time to go back outside, you probably won't see your family as much as you need to and shit like that.
Exactly.
So take this as a blessing, man, for everybody, man. You know what I mean? Like, say
We
your
needed
prayers,
this.
count your blessings. You know what I mean? You'll never know what tomorrow may bring. None of us know what tomorrow may bring and shit like that. We all stuck in
For
the
real.
house trying to figure it out, man. Like, for rappers, I know it's not easy. We used to going out 2, 3, 4 days out the week doing shows, different parts of the country, different parts of the world. Nobody know what's the next move. I see on the gram a lot of rappers still trying to make their moves and do this and that, doing that. It's like it's kind of null and void at this point. It don't make a sense. Sit your ass in the house, relax, get with the kids, be as creative as you can, and just prep and
Hell
prepare
yeah.
for what's going on. You know what I mean? I know God got us, but don't put yourself in harm's way, man. You ain't gonna be able to spend that money when you dead and shit like that. You know what I mean? For all my youngsters that's outside and shit like that, take your ass in the house, man.
Everybody's getting put to test,
Don't get
bro.
tricked. Don't get tricked out. Don't get tricked out of being here on this earth, man. You dig? Like, the government is good at that, bro. Like, they tell you to stay inside for a reason, because they know you're not gonna stay inside because we're rebellious naturally. What they tell us to
Exactly.
do,
It
we
don't
don't
matter
want
what
to do.
political party you represent. It doesn't matter
It
how
don't
old
matter.
you.
You know what I mean? Even the ministers, man, don't you know, God got us, but God's
Nobody's
not
safe
foolish,
right
man.
now.
God don't condone us doing stupid shit. So if you a pastor, don't tell nobody come to your church because God got you, man. Like, let's be realistic, man. Stay in
Hey,
the
you know
house.
what we gotta do, Jim? We gotta do
Huh?
Chinks. We gotta do Chinks and Stacks Day.
That's major.
That's what we
You hear
gotta
that,
do.
Trav?
That's what we gotta do for New York. Chinks and
We gotta
Stacks
do
Day.
Chinks and Stacks Day, and we gotta make it big. We gotta get a lot of people involved.
We
We
gotta
gotta
do
it
that.
big. We gotta do it big for the kids. We gotta do it big for the community. We gotta do it big for Far
Ain't
Rock.
nobody gonna say no to that.
We gotta do it big for Far Rock, and I know Far Rock never gets nothing.
Exactly.
Well, Far
Ain't
Rock,
nobody gonna do it if we don't do it. You heard,
word
Cabo?
up, man. Far Rock gonna love this. Queens gonna love this. We definitely. I'm definitely with that, my brother. Like, I wish
That's
I
what
could
I'm
shake
saying.
your,
I've
I
been
wish I could
working on
shake your
that.
hand right now through the fucking app, through the fucking FaceTime and shit like that. But let's
You
definitely,
already know, my nigga.
let's definitely do a Stacks and Chinks Day, a Chinks and Stacks Day. Like, I don't know
Let's
if it'll
build
be a
on that,
Far
bro.
Rock, but wherever we
I'm
do
dead
that,
serious.
it's gonna
I
be
wasn't
for Far
gonna
Rock.
come to you until I had that shit ready, but I wanted to give it out to you.
Drewski,
You know
what's
what
up
I'm saying?
now?
That energy to the world and everybody that's on live right now. This is a special moment. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure
Nah,
everybody
you
is
just
gonna be
fucked
down
me
with
up.
it.
You just fucked me up. Stacks and Chinks Day. You got me mad hype right now.
For real.
You got me mad hype right
For
now,
New York.
man.
New
For
York
New
need
York.
that.
That shit gonna go down heavy. We gotta do a festival style. Bunch of the young artists just go ham and shit like that. Like, just have a fun
Hell
day.
yeah. We could do it one of their birthdays. I know Chink's birthday is December. We could do it around there.
Dub, what up?
As soon as this corona thing is over, we definitely got, you know what I'm saying?
Got it, what up?
Do that.
Nah, definitely. Let's definitely do that, man. Let's go, man.
My nigga, I appreciate you, bro. For real, for real.
Yo,
This
hold on. Let me
special
play.
night.
Let me see if this record plays. I don't know if you can
Oh,
hear
play
it.
them that new vibe.
What I bring to you is something epic, you know? Nah, nigga, I don't speak French, but this some French shit.
Huh?
Oui, nigga. New York City, DX Harlem, you know how we putting this thing together.
Through the fire, right through the fog. Big bag like Santa Claus. New songs for the summer sauce. Marching band, we the drummer boys. Until the crib, I'm on the way back. Walk to my goals, took the plane back. And they prayed he ain't came back. All rocky like ace, indecisive, persuasive, facelift, top down, ageless, timeless, stone age, running out of patience, serving up the patience, no navigation, grind like fabrics, eat a lobster with the crabs at the bad taste, same niggas on the roster from the bad days, niggas on the rat race, same niggas laughing at us, start laughing with us, cause all the slam doors turn to lamp porches.
Shout out to my nigga Slim on the beat.
Y'all can hear that? You hear that?
Hell yeah. Put that up, Capo.
Nobody died and it's not a beef. Contrary to the lies, we all got beliefs. Still keep it in my rider on my boxer briefs. Hood nigga got them yachts stacking by the beach. They still treat me like a god when I'm in the H. Cut lawyers that eat the charge like a dinner plate. We was just ducking them charges on the interstate. Watch 50, that's an extra 20 large in the face. We both getting money, that is not the issue. I'm trying to find my wooster like some chocolate crystals. Still hit a nigga with a tech, but I ain't got a whistle. Slide through the weight, make sure your moms get a box of tissue. We gon' hit whoever rockin' with you. Catch you ass in Houston, shoot you. Make sure you got rockets with you.
Yeah.
Come home, we get a welcoming committee. When you fucking go home, you ain't welcome in your city, but
Nah, you went ham on that, Capo?
we gotta mix that down.
Send
ASAP.
that over. Shout out to my nigga Slim on that beat. You already know you went ham on that, Capo. You went extra 6 bars on me, but it's all good.
I got, shit, my bad. I forgot. I was just looking like, damn, but fuck it.
Nah, new
Got it
music
in.
for the people, man.
That's one though. That's just the beginning of something.
Yeah.
We gonna light these
I
niggas
gotta
up.
go out ASAP right
We
now,
gonna
Capo.
light these niggas up. We gonna show these. We gonna bring the whole New York together. We gonna get back on our New York shit and light these niggas up. Let's
Nobody
have fun.
died, so it ain't no beef, you heard?
Big Bully, what's up? Let's light these niggas all the way up.
Biscuit, what's up, boy?
Mayor, what's up? Now that's a lot of people in here, bro.
Man, everybody on this motherfucker. Champagne Poppy, Chubb, I see you.
Biscuits, Drake,
Crack.
what's up?
Slow,
Drew, what's up?
Fabio,
Saucy
Cassidy.
Boys, what's up?
what up, Cass?
Yeah, nah, this is dope, man. This is dope,
Wow.
man.
Appreciate you, my nigga.
Nah, I appreciate you, man.
2 hours, man, talking to the people.
Nah, that's good, man. But sure, man, I'm gonna let you go, man. You enjoy the rest of your night.
Love, big bro.
All right, bro.
Love, my nigga.
Peace.
Yo, that was the most legendary live I've seen. That shit was fucking epic, bro. I don't even know what else to say. Yo, that shit was dope. I stayed up fucking till almost 2 in the morning just to watch that shit go down. I didn't think it was gonna happen. I don't never think I'll see the day that shit Jim Jones and French Montana were gonna get together and talk like men and not argue or fucking get loud. That shit was epic. But one thing that was off about it, that basically this is why the beef started. They didn't talk about Max B, Big Avell, Wavy Crockett, Charlie Rambo, the motherfucking Wave God. Now that's really weird why I didn't talk about him. I'm pretty sure they hit each other up and they said everything's on the table except Max B. And the question is why? I think I got a pretty good answer. Chrissy, Jim Jones' wife. She touched it in Miami. I don't know if she really did, but that was super disrespectful. She was in the room. Jim Jones probably didn't want to speak about that guy. But other than that, we'll probably hear about it sooner. But the song that Jim played with French Montana, oh, that shit sounds fire. Ooh, that shit sounds fucking fire. And yo, and if Stack and Chinks Day comes into fruition, yo, that's gonna be epic for New York City, for Far Rock. I'm definitely gonna be in that motherfucker. You woo, Riot Gang. But you already know, man, that live was epic and it was really good for New York and hip hop in general, man. I love to see that shit. And if you want to see more lives, let me know. I just had to record it because that shit had to be uploaded, man. But you already know, man. Subscribe to my shit. Comment and let me know what the fuck you think about the whole shit. Comment. Let me know.